Hey guys, this is TheEnder, and we are here with set 3 from the winners match, Group F of the round of 32 of the BCTV Starleague. So, it's a nice little, I don't want to call it a ling all in, but yeah, it was a pretty good build order from Zero. He made a dozen Zerglings and Zergling speed, and he completely caught his opponent off guard. And so even though Tyson had 2 cannons, he just died instantly. So it's a good rush. It worked. This looks a little bit like, what is it, Match Point? I think it was Match Point. That's the name of the map. So if I'm remembering this map correctly, this is actually not a very good map for Zerg. And the reason I say that is, so of course, larger maps favor Zergs, but this map is actually pretty small. It was one of the smallest maps in Professional Brood War back when I used to watch it. I think it's 10 bases on the entire map. And you say, well, how? I mean, 10 sounds like a lot. But the point is, if you split the map 50-50, Zergling gets 5, and that's nowhere near enough. Of course, a Zerg, you want to have more bases than your opponent, and whereas the Protoss will never, get like 5 or 6 bases. Well, no, they'll get 5 or 6, but it's the Zerg just needs to be able to expand faster than this map allows. And then when you max out, like I said, when you max out, the map really comes down to splits that really don't favor the Zerg. You can't split the map 60-40 very well, just because of the way the bases are laid out. So, like I said, it's long game. It's not a good map for Zerg, but it is an interesting map. And I say it's interesting because you've got all these low ground, high ground spots. You've got these walls that you can jump over, and of course, the main base is large enough that you can proxy buildings if you wanted to. Alright, we have a hatchery for Zero. Looks like a quick third hatchery for Zero. Third hatch at the mineral only? No. What is he doing? But pool is already done. So we saw Forge first for Tyson. Nexus. Looks like only... Okay, so Zero's third base, he skipped his mineral only and he went straight to his fourth. So unlike the average base, since this is actually just a 2-player map, this fourth base is like super exposed, and you can't just do the regular sunken wall that you would normally do. Because there's a north opening and then like a west opening. So whatever Zero's plan is, he purposely chose a harder to defend base so that he could get that extra gas. So we'll have to see if he has some intended use for that gas. Oh, that's wow, those drones are out to kill that probe. Alright, layer's gone down for Zero. Probe sees it. What else have we got? Still only 2 lings. Chased around that probe. Now, it's kind of interesting. Both of the last 2 games we saw between Zero and Tyson, it wasn't necessarily cheese that Zero did, but he went for early, hyper-aggressive attacks that ended the game, either because he won or he was, crippled by the counterattack. So, maybe we should expect the same thing. Maybe Zero doesn't like waiting to the end game and getting up, Defilers and Darkstorms and Plagues versus Protoss. Maybe he's afraid of Psystorm, because of course, Psystorm is stupidly powerful. Alright, whoa, we see a large group of Zerglings. We got like 10 lings here. So of course, 12 lings from Zero completely ended the game, last game. And there's only 1 cannon here. Uh-oh. Dude. Tyson, what are you doing? You saw them. Do something. Make a wall. Make another cannon. Pull your probes. Like, pull him now. Pull him now. You're gonna die. Pull him now. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. It looks like this time the wall is a bit tighter for Tyson. But, pull your probes! Dude, I told you! Sorry. I mean, he scouted it. I don't know what he was thinking. He saw the extra wings coming. He only had a single cannon. And, I mean, so he sent his zealots to chase around the Zerglings in his base. But that number of Zerglings can take out those zealots. You know, he's already lost like 3 or 4 probes. And he lost the gas ones, which those are the ones you don't want to lose. Mainly because you gotta remember to put another probe back on. Up! Zealot gets picked off. Probe gets picked off. Another probe gets picked off. You know, trading 2 Zerglings for 2 probes, that's an excellent trade. So the cannon's coming up, and that'll force the Zerglings to stay away. But they're speedlings, though, so they run to natural, they pick off more probes. It's... Oh, come on, man. You should know better than this. So it looks like it might actually be a mutabuild. No. There's only one gas, not a mutabuild. But yeah, I mean, Zero could easily just make another 6 or 8 lings and take out that cannon at the front and just win it. Wait, what happened to the Zerglings? Where'd they go? I don't know, maybe they left. But, yeah. So after that first little run by, I'd say Zero was very far ahead. Corsair is out. We saw a pretty fast Zealot leg upgrade. Templar Archives. Alright, so here we have 6 Zealots. Like I said, the leg upgrade is going to be pretty close to being done. I saw it a bit ago, yeah. Looks like +1 was also almost done. And he's going for the 3rd base of Zero. And, yeah, so as you can see, this is... The Sim City here is kind of lacking. I mean, usually you want your Sunkens in a tight cluster and buildings blocking so the Zealots can't close the distance. But it looks like Zero's gone for a different strategy, which is putting the Sunkens in such a position that they're spread out. And of course, spreading them out just means that, well, it looks like the way he put it, it's going to be easier for the drones to glitch over by them. But that's about it. They're going to be, the first one will be easy to close too, but once again, you know, the drones could drill to the gas. Alright, so here we have a counterattack. 3-4 Zerglings. And they'll die to that DT, but they might be able to pick off the probe. Alright, so that's a nice spore positioning. And Zero does scout the 3rd. So of course that spore positioning helps to cut down the surface area on the Sunken. And it'll keep away all the DTs. All the stairs. Zealot legs are done. They're just going to run by the Sunkens. All the way around and into the main. That's a surprisingly high number of Scourge there. I don't know what's going up with that. And we had there was an armor upgrade on the Spire. It looks like Zero is actually planning on going... Ooh, that's a lot of drone carcasses. Good snipe on the cannons at the 3rd. Zero's taking a lot of damage in his main from those Zealots. But yeah, like I was saying, Zero had some odd upgrades there. You don't want to just get like a +1 air armor for Scourge. So maybe he's planning on getting Mutas in a little bit for a Muta switch. Okay, that's a lot of Corsairs, man. That was what, 8 Corsairs? I'm not sure what's going on here. We have like 8 Corsairs but no Mutalists, +1 air armor, but once again, you know, no I don't know, maybe it's a metagame thing. But alright, Zero is gearing up for a big attack on the 3rd base. He's taking the high ground outside the 3rd base, which is a nice place to set up. got a whole lot of Corsairs. That's 9 Corsairs, which is just a ton of Corsairs. But I don't know what they're going to do. I mean, they're going against an army that's not Mutalisks, it's Hydralisks. And I mean, they can try to snipe all the Overlords and defend with DTs, but Corsairs are just so expensive. You really don't want to do that. And of course, that high ground is really helping. So a small group of Hydralisks goes in and tried to snipe the Templar. Looks like they did a pretty good job of it. Baited out a storm or two. Okay, there's a lot of cannons there. There's so many Corsairs. What is going on, Tyson? Is your O key broken? So the Scourge only killed like 1, and there's still 8 Corsairs left. Oh no, oh no. Overlord slaughter, Overlord slaughter. Oh, Overlord slaughter. So number 1, if you're going against Corsairs, do not clump up your Overlords. That's rule number 1. You know, have them run in opposite directions. Even let the Corsairs push them, because at least when they push them, they'll run away from the Corsairs. But Tyson's also doing it wrong. I mean, you gotta go for DTs if you're going for Corsairs or Reavers. Either way, you know, get something that'll benefit. I don't know. Alright, so there's the DTs. Looks like he's going for a DT drop. Interesting choice. May work. More Scourge being made, which is okay. Scourge are pretty gas heavy. I mean, they're 25 minerals, 75 gas, so they're very cheap. I mean, they're less than half the cost of a Corsair for the Para Scourge. But since Zero did go for that early 3rd gas, I guess he can't afford it. And perhaps he was getting that +1 air armor just to fight the Corsairs, but that just seems so weird. And more Overlords going down. Oh, here he comes. Oh, wow, that was beautiful. Wow. That was at least like 5 Corsairs going down. What the? Wow. And there's the Muta switch. Boom. Oh, I cannot believe this. So there was literally like 9 Corsairs at the maximum peak, and now there's only like 2. I cannot believe it. He scourged so many. So I don't know if you saw it, but he literally, I don't know how to describe it. I mean, he ran the Scourge past the Corsairs, which looks so funny. But then at the last second he did Patrol, which Patrol is what you use for instant shot. And so normally the problem with the Scourge is they'll like all suicide on the first one, on the first build or first unit. But since he ran them by and then used Patrol for instant shot, they all just attacked the closest one to them. And he took out so many Corsairs. I could not believe that. And so he did actually transition into Muta, and it worked. Like, I cannot believe it. Man. And that was such a big loss for Tyson. I mean, Corsairs are not like super expensive. They're not like, you know, as expensive as Scouts are, for example. But the part where you make 9 or 10 of them and you lose them to Scourge, and like I said, Scourge are maybe 40% the cost of a Corsair. I mean, that's... Alright, we have a Hero DT in the main. Yes, Hero DT in the main. The shuttle went down, but the DT's still alive. 2 kills. How many more will it get? Okay, DT is probably going to get hunted down now. But it did delay mining, and it got 2 kills, so it's doing some stuff. Oh, Free Templar. More Free Templar. Ooh. Okay, that was some good storming. So, maybe 2-3 Templar went down there, and maybe 4 or 5 Mutalisks, and the rest were badly damaged. Alright, Zero's taking a 5th base at the 6 o'clock position, which by air distance, is really, really close to Tyson's main. And I mean really close. But it's pretty close to his fourth by ground. Oh, and Zero's got a pretty big army now. Wonder what his upgrades are like. Just select one, not all of them. But yeah, that's a really nice rally point, because I mean it's high ground. Uh-oh, no, pull back. Tyson, you gotta pull back. You gotta pull back, man. You don't have the High Templar to do this. You got, what, 2 High Templar? 3 High Templar? You need a storm. More storm. Whole lot more storm. I mean, that's a lot of goons, so that's a really expensive army. But he's attacking the high ground. You don't want to attack the high ground, especially when you're low on storms like this. So he's doing some good, retreating and storming, pulling the Hydras off the high ground, but he needs to retreat. He doesn't have enough Templar. So he tried to take an expansion while attacking, which is what you want to do. Right when you attack, your reinforcements aren't going to be as important as your main army, so you keep the main army intact, and you expand with your resources behind it, because of course your enemy is also usually distracted. That didn't work. There was a perfect counterattack by Zero. The Lings are 0-0 upgraded, though. That's not optimal. 0-0, man. And the Goons are 2-0-0. So of course the Protoss want their ground weapons to be at least 1 higher than the Zerg's armor, and that allows their Zealots to 2-shot Zerglings. But with +2, you get an additional bonus that Dragoons will actually 3-shot Zerglings rather than 4-shotting them. Alright, so we had 2 more storms. Let's see how many more we got. Oh no, there's just too many Zerglings. So Zerglings are, I mean, overall Zerglings are just super cost effective versus Dragoons. But you need the Dragoons so that you can, fight the Hydras and the Lurkers. Because Zealots will clump up and just die so fast to the Lurkers. Alright, Hive Tech up for 0. Tyson's still pushing this. I don't know if this is the right decision. Oh man, not good. I mean, Zerglings are just super efficient. And with that Dark Swarm, your Goons are going to do practically nothing. Oh, that's such a huge and expensive Protoss army. So many Goons and they're all dead. Oh, not good, not good. Cute little micro by Zero, trying to save his Hydros. But yeah, I mean, so we're getting to the late game composition. So the late game composition for Protoss is Archon Zergling, and that's because Goons under Dark Swarm don't do any damage, and the Zerg will counter with some Hydras, but primarily Zergling, and hopefully he'll mix in some Ultralisks. Oh, and he's got some Mutas. Alright, yeah, but yeah, the army got taken out, so. Alright, so, quick recap. This was the best of 3. This was Zero's second win. So Zero moves on to the round of 16. And Tyson will move on to the final match, and he will play against the winner of the losers match. And then, of course, the losers match is going to be Mini versus Hassan. And I will be casting that tomorrow. And so I will see you guys then. GG, this is TheEnder signing off.